History wasn't written in stone. It was written in panic, ego, and split-second decisions. One choice, one hesitation, one stroke of luck. That's all it took to decide who lived, who ruled, and who vanished. If just one of these moments had gone the other way, our world would look nothing like it does today. Segment 1. The Button That Could Have Ended the World. Stanislav Petrov, 1983. September 26, 1983. Deep inside a Soviet bunker, an alarm screams through the control room. The system shows incoming U.S. nuclear missiles, 5 of them. Soviet protocol demands immediate retaliation. One report from Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov, and the world burns. But Petrov hesitates. He senses something's off. Why only 5 missiles? Why not hundreds? He feels the sweat on his palms, the hum of machines vibrating through concrete walls, the weight of billions pressing on his shoulders. Around him, men shout, waiting for command. Petrov's pulse races, yet his mind stays calm. Logic fighting fear. He takes a breath and breaks the rules. He refuses to report the alert. Minutes drag like hours. Then, silence. No missiles. It was a computer error. That single act of doubt, that quiet moment of human judgment, saved billions. If Petrov had followed orders, the Cold War could have turned nuclear. Our cities, our families, everything, ash. Sometimes the bravest move is not pressing the button. Segment 2. The Missed Shot That Could Have Killed Hitler. Georg Elser, 1939. Munich, November 8, 1939. A quiet carpenter named Georg Elser hides a bomb behind a podium where Adolf Hitler is about to speak. Elser's timing is perfect. He's spent weeks calculating every second. Each night, he sneaks into the beer hall alone, carving out wood, setting wires, counting down seconds in the dark. Every hammer strike echoes with quiet rebellion. He's not a soldier or spy, just one man trying to stop a monster before the storm begins. But that night, Hitler leaves 13 minutes early. The bomb explodes, ripping the hall apart, but the dictator is already gone. History keeps rolling down its darkest path. If Hitler had died that night, there might have been no World War II as we know it, no Holocaust, no atomic age born in fear, all because a train schedule changed and a man walked out early. 13 minutes. That's how thin the thread of history really is. Segment 3. The Accident That Created the Internet. ARPANET, 1969. Flash forward to 1969. 2 scientists at UCLA are trying to send a message through their brand new network, ARPANET. They type the word login. The system crashes after just 2 letters, L and O. For a brief second, frustration fills the room. Paper stacks, humming servers, the smell of hot circuits. They don't realize it yet, but those 2 glowing letters, L and O, will echo across decades, connecting billions. What started as a glitch becomes humanity's digital heartbeat. That glitch, that tiny hiccup, becomes the spark that evolves into the internet. From failure came the foundation of our connected world. Without that crash, maybe progress slows. Maybe the internet arrives decades later. No Google, no TikTok, no memes, no global voice. History doesn't always move through success. Sometimes it's the crash that rewrites everything. Segment 4. The Explorer Who Almost Turned Back. Columbus, 1492. October 1492. Christopher Columbus has been at sea for more than 2 months. His crew is starving, restless, on the edge of mutiny. The men beg to turn back. They're convinced they'll die at sea. The sails hang heavy with silence. Salt burns their lips. Each sunrise looks the same. Endless water, endless fear. Columbus stares at the horizon, torn between pride and desperation. One wrong call, and he loses everything. His crew, his dream, his name. For a moment, Columbus almost agrees. Almost. Then, a bird appears on the horizon. He takes it as a sign. They sail on. Days later, land. The new world. If Columbus had turned around, European discovery of the Americas might have been delayed by decades. The age of exploration would have started somewhere else, maybe under different flags, maybe with different victors. That one stubborn decision to keep going set the course for globalization, colonization, and the birth of the modern world. Segment 5. The Assassination That Didn't Happen. Cuban Missile Crisis, 1962. October 27, 1962. The world stands on the edge of a nuclear war. A U.S. destroyer drops warning charges near a Soviet submarine, deep in the Caribbean. Inside, temperatures soar above 100 degrees. The crew thinks war has begun. Metal groans under pressure. Sweat drips from every brow. The air tastes like rust and fear. Each sonar ping feels like a heartbeat counting down to annihilation. Every man inside that sub believes the world above is already burning, waiting only for the final order to end what's left. The captain orders a nuclear torpedo launch, but Soviet protocol requires 3 officers to agree. 2 say yes, 1 says no. His name? Vasily Arkhipov. He argues, begs, refuses to confirm the launch. Hours later, communication is restored. The war never starts. Arkhipov's decision, made in a boiling metal tube under the ocean, may have saved the entire planet. Sometimes heroes don't shout. They just say no. Segment 6. The Man Who Refused to Clone the Atom Bomb. Heisenberg, World War II. During World War II, German physicist Werner Heisenberg had the knowledge to help the Nazis build the atomic bomb. But something strange happened. He hesitated. He gave the wrong calculations. He slowed progress. Some say it was incompetence, others quiet resistance. Night after night, he stood before the blackboard, chalk trembling in his hand, equations swirling in his mind like ghosts. He knew what his math could unleash. Cities erased, generations gone. In that moment, science wasn't progress, it was judgment, and Heisenberg chose to stall the clock. If Heisenberg had fully cooperated, the Nazis might have had the bomb before anyone else. Imagine a world where Hitler held nuclear power. Europe could have burned under a radioactive empire. Heisenberg's silence, whether by fear, confusion, or conscience, might have spared humanity from annihilation. Segment 7. The Tiny Mistake That Saved Apollo 11, 1969. July 20th, 1969. Apollo 11 descends toward the moon's surface. Suddenly, an alarm blares. 12:02, program alarm. No one knows what it means. The computer is overloaded. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin hover miles above the lunar surface, seconds from aborting. Inside the module, every breath is loud, every second eternal. The world listens in silence. Lines of code flash across green screens back on Earth. Engineers whisper prayers between calculations. Armstrong's hand hovers over the abort switch, sweat glinting under his helmet. Then, the calm voice from Houston cuts through the chaos. But Mission Control makes a call. Go. They trust the machine. They trust themselves. Armstrong takes manual control and lands with just 17 seconds of fuel left. If they'd panicked, if they'd pulled out, the moon landing might have failed. Public support for space exploration could have vanished overnight. Instead, humanity left its footprint on another world, and it all came down to faith in courage over fear, instinct over panic. Every moment we just saw one heartbeat away from rewriting the world. A soldier who refused to push the button. A carpenter whose bomb missed by minutes. A glitch that burst the internet. A stubborn sailor who refused to turn back. A submarine officer who said no. A physicist who slowed evil's hand. And astronauts who chose to trust. History isn't inevitable. It's fragile, built on hesitation, courage, and luck. Every generation faces moments like these, and somewhere, right now, someone's decision is already shaping our future. Because the truth is, the world doesn't change by destiny, it changes by decision. If you love exploring the moments that almost changed everything, hit subscribe before history repeats itself.